Hello, I'm Vincent, the co-founder of Capsly, and we have developed Bootstrap. I assume that you are working on an exciting new startup project and now you're wondering how to split equity with your co-founders. I will show you in this video how to use Bootstrap and what I believe the main benefits are for you. First of all, you want to start at the settings and set up your project, right? So you go here. I've already created a project. You might as well type in your project name here and create a new project. You also want to invite your team members. We call them contributors here. So you just type in their email address and send them this invite link, or you create a specific invite link for them and send it to them via Slack, for example. To really measure the value of your contributions, we will add market rates here. So assume what you would all earn in a normal job where you get normal salary. In case you are paying yourself a smaller salary, then maybe you just enter the gap to a normal market salary here and click on save. Below that, we have the valuation factors. So assume that you are taking a much higher risk than people who are joining you a year later down the road once your company is already profitable, for example. So you want to consider this with these factors here. You can adjust them up or down and click on save here as well. There are information buttons on the right side explaining what those factors are about. So let's get into the most interesting part, which is something you will use on a daily basis, the tracking tool basically. So you can either use the start and stop functionality here. Small tip from my side, on the bottom right here, you see always have a small window which reminds me to start or stop tracking the time. If that's not for you, you can also add your times here manually. So for example, for today, I already worked 2 hours and I want to add this manually, then I just add the time like this. And you will see those further below in case you have also some kind of cash contributions. Let's assume, for example, I've bought a ticket for a startup event worth 100 euros. I will add this contribution here, and we will see all of those contributions below in the report, and you see those for every day. For example, here is the cash contribution that I have just added. You can click on those and also edit them in case the value was different or you had a typo. And you can also type in what this was for. For example, startup event here, click on save, and then you will see these descriptions. Same for the times. So I could also add what task I was working on here, right? Or I can also delete the things I have entered in case there was a mistake. Yeah, and that's how you can also keep track of the team members and see what they have been working on. Obviously, you cannot edit those values, right? So this is basically how the tracking works. All of those values will be calculated automatically and go into the cap table here. And you will see a nice pie chart who would have how much of your company. Technically, you see everyone's contributions, the value of those contributions, which I believe is the main benefit here. Because more often than not, it happens that the co-founder is going to leave the company at some point. With this agreement in place, you will always know how to pay them out, for example. And this just gives you a nice indication who should have how many shares. If you have already split up the shares, it also gives you a good sign of how committed your team members are and if there are gaps that are growing, whatever. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm happy to help and happy bootstrapping.